let me see. I kind of well, okay, we're live basically, no? Yes, let me see, let me hear myself, and let's after this probably commence, because I don't think I have that much more to. Is it loud, or is it that? Why is the audio so weird sometimes? My man, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It feels kind of weird, you know, to try and what the fuck? What the fuck? No, shut up. It feels kind of weird to have this type of audio sometimes, but I don't really know. I guess we can simply start. Also, I don't understand what is going on with OBS. It isn't saving the settings that I set it up to. So yeah, I don't have the tiniest amount of idea about it. Anyways, we don't have that much more to say. Well, I mean, give me a second. As always, sorry for that. As always, hello everybody. Hello all of those beautiful watchers, lurkers, everybody present, everybody who decided to come after this happened, everybody. Hello. We have to continue with the piece of quote-unquote art that we are creating. So yeah, basically that. Let me transition properly, and well, I want to drink some water. Let me do that before starting. So yeah, we have basically just to continue with this. We left. Okay. We left after having painted it, or yeah, painted as in puts color inside of this so far rectangle or over here that has fucking wobbly lines. We have also created the Twitch thingy, and I guess in a sense the only type of things that I am kind of lacking are feeling okay. I don't know how much more I want to make this all of this thing be, let's say, as I was kind of considering. Let me here, I guess there is solid color over here, no? Okay, I guess I am trying to not that I guess I know that I am trying to make this probably interesting to observe, so I might as well put something like lamps or those type of things pointing towards the Twitch thing. Let's say, for the sake of making it more attractive to the eye, I guess in an artistical sense. The first thing that catches the eye is this over here, because obviously it has more detail than everything else on this side, you know, on this side. So it is kind of a problem that you get distracted by what is here. Although it isn't the most interesting thing, it is still the best type of thing. So yeah, compared to everything else, the most attracting one, let's say. So yeah, I don't know. I want to add also more lines. I mean, they needed to be added. Like, how can I add expression lines? I mean, although it doesn't have a nose, you know, it doesn't have a nose, you still can realize that this then try to be let me do it like this for expression lines, something like this. Yeah. Okay. I think I can do it with something like a 3. Something to make this one bigger, and this other one also over here, and this one over here. Okay, I think they are kind of too straight, but I don't care. Let me now try to utilize. What the fuck? No, I don't want to edit a brush. I want to use one of the pre-existing ones. Water, blender, smear. No, I think it is water pattern, something like that. What I need over here. Holy fucking god! Completely wrong key. Anyways, something like this, and 3%. and let's make it blurry now. Yeah. Yeah. This is what I wanted. Yeah, this is now incredibly better compared to before. More awesome than whatever else I had going on for it. And I guess I'm going to try and do the same thing over these lines, on, let's say, on the ends of the lines. They are still expression lines, you know, so not having them be so clear might as well represent a problem later on. I will try to argue, or something of that sort. Anyways, yeah, I hate seeing how weird it looks. Oh yes, every single time that I turn it on, I don't know what is going on with that. But anyways, let me also make this one over here look nice. Okay, and I guess I only need this particular one over here. Yeah. Well, with this, yeah, we're getting more quality than before. No, much more quality than before, I will say. So yeah, well, with this, and should I try to do something like this over here? One. Okay, very nice. Very nice. Very well. Then, now properly going into this brush. I am already in a brush, I think. Let me pick this color and let me go back to the pencil. Okay, so yeah, I guess I am simply going to try and make the windows or something of that sort. Which other color of whiter one, I will say, something like this, probably, to also match this more a lighter type of gray, let's say, that I have over here. The only type of problem is if this building is so normalized, let's say, or so stereotypical, how to make things also look normal, I guess, is my actual concern. But anyways, aside from that, yeah, let's simply do blocks while I try to talk about anything else. I have been thinking and I have been realizing that it is kind of a problem to try and dedicate so much time to this. Not because it is not enjoyable, as I have said, or other stuff like that, but simply because sadly you end up, I wouldn't say needing, but rather simply realizing that you spend so much time doing this that everything else can't be really done. Let's argue. And I do not mean it as something negative by simply being like that, but rather that I will personally enjoy more the opportunity of, for example, continuing to read the Mahabharata. Well, also it is kind of true that personally the Mahabharata has become a really big interest of mine lately. I didn't expect it to be so, let's say, I don't know which part of it is the most interesting one. If it is the descriptions, if it is the particular type of knowledge that it contains, if it is the... I will try to say that probably it is the combination of everything else, as in it has a little bit of amazing descriptions, a little bit of incredible knowledge sparkled through here and there. It has also a little bit of, in a sense, at the very least, if it isn't directly human nature, you can extract human nature from it. So it also has a little bit of that. It, on the other side, also has a little bit of, what is it? Of interesting stories that can get extrapolated into reality, and it also has a little bit of, as I said before, knowledge that can be utilized on life, let's say, or that can be extracted from it and utilized on life. So yeah, in that sense, it is incredibly interesting, the Mahabharata. And the only kind of problem that I still have and that I still struggle with is the language barrier is incredibly big. I I don't get what was the point behind making such a translation that doesn't really utilize proper English language, let's say, because trying to conserve so many terms makes it truly hard. I guess the problem is there isn't that much Hinduism on the English community to have proper translations of those terms that directly get applied to the Hinduistic, yeah, to those Hinduistic terms that exist in the Mahabharata itself. So in that sense, it is kind of hard to find anything like that properly translated, let's say. But on the other side, I don't know. I don't think it is that much of a negative thing to see that they don't have proper translations when you get accustomed to them. Let's also make it clear, because personally, I think it was after like the third, the second, yeah, after the fifth or the sixth time reading the book, you start to enter, quote unquote, into the flow of those terms and into the whole dialect that is utilized on the Mahabharata, and you start to not need to recur and go into different types of of lexicons and see what particular thing means which particular concept and all of that. So in that sense, it is nice, very, very nice, I will believe. But I don't know, aside from that, I will try to say that also it happens that the structure of the Mahabharata itself is very good in the sense of it allows the reader to take so much free time and so many breaks from it that you don't have to worry about over reading or over going on anything like that, let's say. So yeah, very, very, very nice. I will say. I don't know yet if I will try to recommend that book to anybody else. I am still fighting a little bit that idea, as I think it is kind of unnecessary to have so many words and so many types of description and so many types of unnecessary, for example, I fucking hate when I have to read lists of names. One of the most common things that the book itself has over everywhere, sadly. So simply for having so many stuff like that, I am already not knowing if I want to portray this as a truly commendable book to read or not. And also, I mean, aside that, besides that, the real most important reason is as the same as trying to recommend something like the Bible, you know? You need too much fucking time to read it. Too much fucking time to try and go through books like that. So sadly, it is kind of really hard to believe that you will recommend it to a light reader, for example. Although the structure itself allows you to take breaks as we do and allows you to pause between cantos, the most normal structure that it contains and all of that, it is still kind of hard to see how you might as well recommend something that contains so much stuff inside of it, like that sort, basically. But yeah, I don't know. I will, at the very least, try to continue reading it on my behalf, and or as a consequence of that, also we're going to continue reading reading it over here, you know. So yeah, very, very nice, I guess. Okay. Aside from that, yeah, I think too much Mahabharata talking. So, trying to change topics. I don't know. I hadn't have had that much time to think since yesterday. I need to refresh my mind a little bit, in the sense of, yeah, I hadn't been thinking so much lately, I will say. And probably I noticed also that it is almost a necessary thing nowadays for those who can practice thinking. It becomes a necessary thing afterwards, because the rewards that you get from thinking are so incredibly good that you search them more and more with time, let's say. And something like that is incredibly nice to notice, I will try to say, as I think it becomes kind of a habit of those who think, let's say, to keep doing it. And I don't know, I noticed that at the very least I can be more articulate with my ideas and so on, as I will guess it happens to anybody, on an overall common sense, because having the chance, more than anything else, what I have said in past occasions, you can, by becoming more articulate, it isn't that you can simply, wow, you can think more straight. It happens that you can put better sentences together, and because of that, it is that you can now spend less time trying to come up with any particular explanation and trying to come up with any particular response to the arguments that you have with yourself most of the time. So in that sense, it is that it is amazing, and that it even more feels truly nice, because the possibility of doing something like that most of the time gets disregarded, I will say, compared to the importance that something like, I don't know, being entertained, for example, has. And yeah, I see it as something really beneficial to everybody, I will say. The only real problem is to try and predicate it properly to an stranger. Okay, not to an stranger, to an outsider, to somebody who never has experienced the benefits of thinking, let's say. That is still a kind of problem, but I don't know. I still don't know. We are, at the very least, personal level, we are getting somewhere with it. So very, very nice. And well, aside from that, I think changing into something different. Let me think what I can try to talk about. I don't know. I mean, yeah. let me say like this then. One of the few problems that it has to think too much is that you end up becoming overloaded with information that you want to embark yourself on, and that you want to see, and you want to talk about, and you want to go on and to discuss and to explore and to all of those things. I don't know if directly, sadly or not, because the entertainment brought by doing something of that sort is almost unparalleled, let's say. But I don't know. You might as well need to not become negative because you notice that you will struggle so much with so many things that are almost impossible for you to really explore. As in, it isn't that you can explore everything, as in a sense of you don't have the capacity of properly exploring stuff, but rather that time limits you so much, it becomes a real problem in that instant in which you see that all of the ideas that you have and all of the different interesting topics that you know about might as well need so much dwelling inside of them that you might as well need to sacrifice what you're going to think about for the sake of another idea that you also want to think about. And I mean, in that sense, that is kind of horrible. But no, I don't know. I will say at the very least, the hopes that we have of creating some sort of, for example, new technology that allows the mind to go faster will be very interesting. One of the few things that I think exist are hallucinogenic types of substances that allow your mind to somehow wander off into, what is it called, into directly weird places in which you can find those things happening, let's say, and where you can, on that same front, where you can somehow, not somehow, what, very, very, very clearly why, you can allow the mind to, you see, why are you lying? Okay, you can allow the mind to, let's say, to explore and to define all of those things more, okay, in the same amount of time that you perceive, but in less in real lifetime, let's say, as it happens that those different substances alter your perception of everything. But also, I don't know, kind of a problem is that overall they are very restricted, and nowadays we're just starting to see possible benefits from them. Yeah, I went to the barber. Thank you. That's why I look so different. Welcome, Spike. Slash Weather Dragon. But I don't know. I think at the very least, trying to see the different benefits and going back into testing is still very nice. Let's say, you know, those type of things on every sense of the word are a very potentially interesting concept to explore. The only problem is to get the proper laws and all of that straight to allow those things to happen more. But I believe as humanity we have the possibility of doing so, you know. We shouldn't be that incapable of managing ourselves to the degree to which we can allow tools that help with the mind and so on and so forth to be utilized on a daily basis. As long as we also can, for example, understand the consequences of that. But I mean, I don't know. Drugs overall are a very weird concept, you know. To realize that, for example, I mean, every single one of the drugs is incredibly enticing on a sense, because imagine, for example, that by drinking some murky water, you can increase your stamina, let's say, tenfold sometimes. And in Austria, some of the older generation gets their haircuts by saying, roughly translated, peel my potato but don't remove the eyes. As you know, potatoes can have dark spots, which used to be called eyes. Yeah, I mean, we also call it, even in Spanish, eyes. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, they get, I will say at the very least, on 2 languages called eyes. Yeah. I know, but kind of a weird thing to say, don't cut my eyes as a potato. I don't know. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, I mean, it simply happened that I changed into the first type of model that I had. That is why I look so weird. You know, that is, I can try to show you. Give me a second. Okay. Where I have it here. We have that. We have the second state, and we have the third state. What the fuck? I wasn't using the proper microphone. Holy fucking god! Wait. Okay, I wasn't moving so far. That was also a kind of problem. Sorry for that. I didn't notice. Okay, there it is. You are back into the first original model. Sorry. But yeah, I have those 3. And I don't have a hotkey because I normally don't utilize them. But it simply happened that I think for something artistic like this, we might as well boil down into a more simpler state of the potato, as it doesn't really have the essence of what I used to do normally. So yeah, that is why also using this model is the norm, let's say. Also, hello Charlie, hello, welcome. I don't know, I feel bad when real artists come here and have to see me struggle so much, my man. Ah, man. Anyways, hello. But yeah, I will continue what I was saying. Meanwhile, I don't know. It feels weird to realize those different types of substances being so beneficial yet so detrimental on the other side. I mean, I think a problem is that we don't talk about the different ways in which you can harness those potentially beneficial substances, let's say, I guess. Because, I mean, for example, I don't know. I already have the tag of talking about drugs, so it is implied that I am talking about it and that I shouldn't worry about it, but I think it is still bad to believe that what I am going to say is in any way true. So you might as well think that every single one of the things that I am going to say next is complete bullshit. Anyways, imagine that, for example, you were able to properly talk about the properties of nicotine the capacity that it has to allow the memory to be enhanced, the capacity that it also allows on the brain of slowing down neurodegeneration, and also increasing the neuron connections that are related to memory itself, instead of simply saying, wow, you smoke and you relax. The same way, also, for example, marijuana, you can talk about the different benefits that it has to the whole, what is it, the whole lymphatic, well, I mean, also lymphatic system, but the whole endocannabinoid system that is contained inside of the body, that literally synergizes with, also, as for example, with opioids, with different cannabinoids that you can get from an outsider substance. I mean, for example, even in a not so well or not so direct manner, you can even get exocannabinoids by eating things like holy fuck, I don't know how it is said on English. Cauliflower? No. Okay, let me Google it. I only search. I only search. I only search for that on. I only search for that on Spanish. Cabbage. That's the translation. Cabbage. For example, on the usage of cabbage to also get those same exocannabinoids for the sake of enhancing your health, my man. I mean, I don't know. It is overall weird, as it also happens that on the same level of food, of not so much drugs, but simply food, spicy food can also, for example, help you to alleviate your different pain receptors, as it allows you to consciously intake pain, and also increase your pain tolerance, as although it doesn't seem that directly hurtful, the simple act of deciding to go through something like that increases the benefits that you have on your body, and allows you to, for example, do not get so affected by different types of scars and different types of damages that you might get on yourself by simply being alive, you know. But another type of example also is on the same sense of spices, you can also get not so much a slow digestive system, as it also increases the acidity of your stomach acids, yeah, and all of that sort. I mean, kind of crazy. But the problem is, we are focusing on the wrong things. I think that is the real reason. We decide to, instead of saying, wow, you know how nice it feels to have a healthy body by consuming these type of things, we decide to, wow, Mauro, you can smoke a joint and you can relax. I mean, yeah and no. Completely yes and no. Because, for example, the relaxation that gets applied to your body allows you to be more conscious about the different type of muscle movements that happen inside of your body, in a level in which, if you were to properly or consciously decide to realize physical exercise while being quote-unquote high, you will notice that your performance, and not only your performance on it, but also your recovery on it, will get increased. I mean, it is weird to see, in that sense, health as something that has so many variants that are still lacking. I don't know. I guess in that sense, it is one of those concepts that, yeah, we believe we are incredibly fine on those ends, when in reality we are so far behind the real levels of goodness that we could have in our lives existing, that we might as well have to keep working on all of those ends, you know. And I don't know, I would believe that at the very least, the possibility of trying to bring our attention into them is already a good benefit, let's say, and an even more a big benefit for the sake of, I mean, why wouldn't you want to have a better life, my man? What is the point of me trying to, quote unquote, predicate that you can have a good life if I am going to also hide from you the reality itself of you know what? You take these type of things with this idea in mind and with this knowledge in mind, consciously also trying to avoid, for example, addiction as it. I mean, for example, opioids. Opioids themselves are incredibly dangerous if you don't know that they are one of the most addicting substances. But you can also, on the other side, utilize it, quote unquote, properly to allow the restoration of your muscle tissues in an even deeper level than what you could attain by almost any other type of physical therapy. But at the same time, if you were to intake too much, you will also be harming that same process, by which on the proper doses you get a benefit, and on the opposite side of it you end up sadly becoming almost a crippled guy because you decided to, wow, funny opioids, haha, I don't feel my hands, haha, and now your muscles don't even function properly because you sever the connections that make them make the different neurons on those zones talk to one another and have a proper communication between them. So yeah, I don't know, kind of crazy, let's say. But I mean, I don't know, at the very least, it going back into what brought this topic, the idea itself of having, for example, substances that can allow your mind to do things that the normal or the average individual might not have the chance of even experiencing on their lives is interesting. I think it is kind of risky still because, for example, what I said, you need to also predicate the different consequences of not properly taking care of the things that you do. I mean, I wouldn't say that it is necessary to promote smoking, as it doesn't really is a problem that we have completely understood and we completely grasp how to avoid addictions so far. If we were capable of avoiding people getting addicted to those types of things, I would then, yeah, try to argue that, you know what, maybe you can try to talk about it, maybe. But so far, we are on the lower end of that progress, and we are sadly almost dealing to this day with the consequence of never truly observing what the different type of things that might happen to anybody are by doing these kind of things. I mean, for example, even cocaine was in incredibly older times. I don't think almost anybody from here was alive at that point, but even cocaine was at some point promoted as an incredibly beneficial substance because in a sense it is, but the problem is they didn't truly knew about the consequences of that. I mean, we're only talking about kind of illegal drugs, but nowadays also it happens that for the best type of example is allowed type of drugs that you can go and buy in a pharmacy. Ibuprofen and all of those types of things directly alter, if you intake too much of them, your immunological defense system, and if you become dependent on them, the moment in which you stop taking those different types of drug, your body resistance to different external external types of diseases is so lower that you might as well literally die from having a fucking fever. And we don't talk that much about it. We don't really see that much. Wow, you know what? You shouldn't go and at the first moment in which you feel that you are dizzy, take this whole pack of pills. I mean, I don't want to say, wow, we are doing so much greater, but here in Argentina, for example, we don't have those bottles of pills that are like 300 pills in one bottle, like they have on I think it is USA, I think, and stuff like that, compared to here. But they still, it doesn't mean that we don't have that much of a capacity to buy 300. The amount of price that they have might as well not be comparable, but you can still get, I mean, a 20 pack of them, or a whole 60 box, a whole 60 doses of those box by how much? On dollar it is approximately $3, $5, something like that nowadays. And I mean, not only that, there is also the problem of I don't know. I don't understand the point of, for example, taking drugs as something that simply gives you the possibility of being entertained, as, let's say, for example, alcohol. Alcohol is incredibly beneficial for when you can manipulate different things that it gives to your speech, as it allows you to be more disinhibited. And if you were to take notice of this, you could also notice that sometimes simply trying to talk about a topic brings into you the possibility of exploring those particular topics in different ways that you will not be able of doing, even if you were simply by yourself consciously, because it also allows your mind to lower those unconscious types of limits that you impose on yourself. So I don't know, it is kind of crazy to see all of those things playing constantly in the back of anybody's mind. And not only that, but even more, sadly, we don't even try to talk about it properly. So yeah, I don't know, kind of crazy. Okay, I need now to do this side. And also, I am going crazy, or is this thing like, is this gray different than this one? Or I am going crazy, my man? What the fuck? What? I am losing my mind. What is going on? What the fuck? I don't know. Anyways, I think although it might as well not be like that. Okay, wait. I want to see this. Let me utilize the fill tool. I said that I wasn't going to do it. Let me also, just in case, save. Yeah, save. Let's give it a second. I want to save. And now, let me use the fill tool. Flood fill. No, fucking not. Why do you need to flood every single part of this, my man? I only want the gray thing to become blue, or a light blue. Yeah, it is fucking flooding everything. I love it. I love this. I think I can cancel this with this button, no? Can you fucking cancel that? Cancel. Yeah? Okay, thank you. Yeah. Anyways, it seems like I can't do it. Anyways, going back to this. I don't know. Drugs, interesting. Not completely good, but simply interesting, let's say. Also, I think at the very least it doesn't look that bad, or it won't look that bad. After, oh my fucking god, I will have to introduce perspective into these things. What I am, why I am torturing myself so much, my man? This is a pain. This is pain. Realizing what I will have to do later on is pain. My fucking god. Oh no. I mean, it will look great if I am capable of putting it properly into the piece, but something like let me try to do it after I finish this. Okay. I can't even visualize it, so I guess I will not have that possibility so far. But something like, let me pick this, lower this, or I mean, I can directly go to, like, you know, something like you extrude this, you do it like this, and you insert this over here, and with this you create a balcony. And my fucking god, why, man? Why I'm so good sometimes, man? What? This is amazing. What the fuck is this? This is low poly quality. You know, this is what we were here for. All this time, for this type of quality that nobody is going to even perceive, but I will know a creator. And the best thing, I will have to do it manually every single fucking time. So yeah, we're going to be with this new edifice probably more time than the other one, taking into consideration that this looks incredibly good. Man, fucking man, this is amazing. This is quality content, I will say. My god. Man. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I am losing my mind over here right now. My god, this is quality content, basically. So well, I think with this, yeah, this looks incredibly nice. Man, what I discovered, I can finally do something like this. It isn't going to be such a plain edifice like this thing over here. Amazing. Anyways, yeah, I stunlocked myself. What I was talking about? Yeah, I might as well try to not talk about drugs that much more so far. Yeah. So, anyways, let me try to finish all of these windows first, I will guess. And well, I mean, aside from that, I think on something related to what I experienced personally, it was weird to see that nowadays on different, at least on the libraries in my city, we don't have that much knowledge to find. Like, I don't know if it is necessarily bad, as in they don't have that many books simply containing knowledge. Like they don't have, for example, a body encyclopedia or something like anatomy for dummies, or how to learn any language in 10 seconds or stuff like that, that can give you proper knowledge made by supposedly professionals that should know what they are talking about. Instead, we have fucking Harry Potter. We have, what was it? 50 Shades of Grey. We have, I think the last time I went there was something like fucking comics also, or a fucking library, or not a library, ¿cómo se llaman? Sorry, my mind directly went to Spanish. Let me see. Yeah, library. No, it isn't library, my bro. It is biblioteca, bookstore. What is this pronunciation? What is this word, my man? What? Wait, what? How do I say this word? Wait. Biblioteca. I mean, it is literally the same as in Spanish. So yeah, a biblioteca, you know? Those incredibly big places where too many books are contained. Those things. There, we have a lack of proper knowledge nowadays. At least in the public ones. I will guess. I had gone to universities, libraries, and you can find in those places incredible amounts of knowledge about the different topics that are related to those schools and all of that. On one side, because sadly on the other, it also happens that most of the time, those libraries are not really open to the public or completely open to for anybody to go there, let's say. And I don't know if it is so bad, as in you need to be more open with that type of things, but rather simply to say that imagine the possibility of allowing people to see. I mean, for example, I think, okay, now I come up with a good way to try and, not a good way, I am in no way somebody who knows what he's talking about. A possible way to try and solve this problem. Imagine that you were to encourage individuals to go into libraries and to take whatever type of book they want to take, and after, I don't even know if there should be a time limit or not, like, you let them study those different books, and after a period of time they can take a test related or specifically made for those books. I guess with some random factor behind it to properly make sure that they can't give the different answers to each other, those who already did the test, to those who are not doing, to those who didn't do them, so that you can properly assess if they know or not. And by doing so, it is that you can see if they are learning, and if they learned about those books, you give them, I will guess, a monetary reward, as most of the time we really are all about the money. So yeah, I guess a monetary reward will be the best thing to give them. And by doing so, it is that you can also allow the people to have any particular real motive to read books, you know? I mean, if I were to simply be given $5, for example, well, I mean, $5 is too fucking much here. $3, let's say, 3. Not, or, yeah, I mean, the middle, 2.5. The 2 or $2.50 here for reading a book, seeing if the knowledge that was contained inside of it was properly absorbed by my mind, and after that showing it to somebody who is in charge of doing it, you might as well have a potentially beneficial way of assessing if people is interested in what is being created at the end of the day for them, because also you can see that most of the time books are predicated on the idea of they need to sell, and in a way you can also, for example, assess if the different knowledges that are contained inside of them might as well be properly put together so that somebody is learning about them or not, instead of simply having them be displayed in a library and guess if people is going to learn or not about them, and lose your time and your day and years almost believing that what you have there was really beneficial to anybody. Instead, seeing that, for example, if a book had a lower than average rate of passing tests, you might as well start to assess if the book itself might as well not have some problems with the knowledge that it tries to convey. And I mean, I don't know, I think it is too much of an ideal what I'm talking about here. I will try to guess, as sadly it happens that I don't believe people is really going to have any particular necessity over that. I mean, if we really had that much hope on stuff like that, we would have already done so long time ago, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Still trying to keep our hopes up in life is a great part of it, so you might as well believe that maybe by doing so, something will change in society. Or not that it will change, something like people will be more educated, you know? And having educated civilians is an incredibly big benefit. I mean, for example, I learned, quote unquote, recently about this concept of, what was it? Democritus or something like that, an old test that was meant only for those who were truly educated about democracy and all of that to partake. I think it was in the Roman Empire or something like that, to partake in political decisions instead of having to, for example, deal with what so many times nowadays is a common concern of you can have somebody who says that, for example, let's go to the worst type of example. The earth is flat. Something like that has the same terabyte, has the same value as yours. That is something interesting. And that is something that might as well be necessary to fix, you know? And if we were to reintroduce into society those type of tests and see if whoever wants to take it has the possibility of truly taking them and all of that, like, for example, also, I mean, you might as well also have a necessity over allowing that to happen to anybody, not that if you want to take that type of test, you might as well need X amount of money or something like that. But simply, yeah, you will see that people will ah, people will be interested in taking them, and getting. I mean, I don't know. I think it will be at the very least interesting to run it as a test. I don't think we should do a complete swap into those type of things, as I will guess, in a sense, sadly, what commonly happens is you might as well try to do so, and those who are on the lower sphere of understanding will start to also complain, because, I mean, I think one of the main ideas behind democracy are the models that reign nowadays the Western society is also that even the most uneducated human has the same value on their vote as the most educated one, because what is supposedly the objective is to have a really equal society, not to have one ruled only by those who understand, but rather one where literally anybody can get anywhere. That is kind of also the objective of it, to prove to the people that they can, yeah, to give them hopes, basically, to, in a sense, feed them I don't know if it is an illusion or not, the idea of, yeah, your vote is as equally good as the one of literally the president of the nation. So yeah, I don't know. I might as well still have a need about thinking it's more truly, I will say. But yeah, I don't know. Let me get close to here. Yeah, okay. I think I will drink some water because I'm incredibly thirsty. I mean, I haven't drank that much today. Or if I have, I already exuded that water in different ways. Water, beautiful. Anyways, how are we with how much I haven't already existing so far? Not even an hour. Fuck. Anyways, what are we? Okay. Yeah. After this, I guess I will start with the details on this particular building. I hope it looks great after having to dedicate so much time into finer and finer details. Because, I mean, it will look great. I mean it in the sense of it will be noticeable to the observant eye or something like that. I don't know. I mean, well, maybe in that sense the problem is to believe that somebody is going to notice it. I mean, it is as the same concept as, although nobody really knows that what you're saying sometimes is a lie, you yourself should hold your own person accountable for the problems that exist behind not truly doing the best that you can. As even if nobody else has the possibility of observing things like that, you will be the one who is going to hammer your own conscious or unconscious mind with a constant reminder that at some point in time you did something incredibly wrong. For example, in the case of you doing something wrong, and if it isn't holy shit, if it isn't something like that, it is at the very least that you know that you might as well have given your more than what you did, a better yourself to the pursuit of any particular concept, yet you didn't. So yeah, I don't know, kind of crazy. Yeah, let me make this tinier because there is a fucking pixel over here that needs to get filled. Okay. Also here. Also, I don't know. Sometimes completely swapping topics. Sometimes I have a problem with swapping languages. I think sometimes I start on my mind. It happens that I believe I am speaking Spanish in the middle of things that I am saying here. Although I believe I don't do it, and I supposedly know that I don't do anything like that. I guess nobody has complained about it more than anything else. So I guess I don't have that. I don't do it. I guess I will pray to God that I don't do it. Let me see. It was with 1 pixel. No, it was with 2 pixels. Okay. What? Anyways, going back into this. Yeah, I don't know. I believe that sometimes, how? Okay. Sometimes it might as well happen that I swap somehow, but I think it simply exists, also that notion inside of me, because I got so accustomed to speaking English after like, how many? 2 months or 3 months already streaming, literally only on English, that my brain directly defaults and believes that I am speaking on Spanish too. I mean, probably it also has to deal, for example, with the concept of my own unconscious mind trying to keep in check if I am truly speaking on Spanish, on English, on which language. I mean, I remember that when I was learning about Portuguese and when I was really spending time trying to learn that language, I I was at some point becoming somehow or doing it in my mind to the point which I really was thinking in some occasions that I was only using Portuguese to speak inside of my mind. So yeah, I don't know, kind of weird to see stuff like that happen. But I mean, that is also part of the funny haha language experience, you know? To see that you can use it so much, you don't even think about it anymore. Okay, anyways, let me see. How did I do this? Okay. And now straight lines over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. I guess I can fit a fifth one over here, no? Okay, 5. Yeah. Also, I notice a kind of problem that I am not going to fix on these two. Fuck them, but there should be an outline to signify that this is a fucking window that you can open. You know? Kind of a big problem to not have it existing. I mean, yeah, basically that. I remember thinking about it, and I think I got so hyped by the possibility of implementing these particular fences that I forgot to do it earlier. And well, I mean, fuck these dudes that they already did. They are not going to have them, and they are going to probably stick out from the rest, as it happens commonly when you leave something to be like that. But anyways, I don't know. I had been thinking, and I had been, wow, I had been thinking, what a deep sentence. I think it is one of those fillers that I tend to utilize. And yeah, I had been analyzing probably the thing that is related to, what is it? Mune, I think it is called. Yeah, I think, no, I know that it is called. I was observing all of those things as in, what is the real capacity of the human body to be altered by conscious actions? I mean, for example, I also know about a certain type of physical training that involves literally only concentrating on your muscles and allowing them to get stressed by simply, I mean, by stillness, no, still usage of them, or what is it? Stiff, that was the word. Stiff usage of those muscles, and all of those things end up also affecting the way in which those particular muscles get developed. And by having things like that exist, it is that you can realize sometimes how incredibly great it feels. I mean, for example, supposedly some types of meditation also create the similar effect of, supposedly, I don't know it, I haven't truly analyzed that. I might as well be, yeah. In this case, I think I am speaking bullshit, probably, as I haven't researched that topic so well. I decided to, let's say that I am going to say bullshit. I heard about it from different sources, but I never truly did my research to see if what I am going to say is real or not. But supposedly some types of meditation induce into in the mind, or not in the mind, in the brain, the same amount of chemical releases that happen when you intake, more than anything else, DMT, because it is related to that hallucinogenic substance, not sometimes also to what happens when you, for example, intake what is what when you take no when you sleep, for example, also as in another point of the brain. In a sense, DMT and sleeping are truly related, or almost do the same thing. Only that when you intake such a powerful substance like that, you simply enter while conscious that state of the mind. So yeah, supposedly we have so much more control than what we can imagine so far. But I guess the problem is I don't know why we don't test it so far. I mean, probably if I had to try and put some particular reason behind it, I guess it might as well have to deal with the knowledge that, you have to almost in some cases, quote unquote, become a master on that, or at the very least, that is what had been made the concept to be. Maybe you don't even need to spend that many hours. Like, for example, imagine that with simply 5 hours of training of meditation, you can achieve a level of quote unquote enlightenment in which you can explore different things so much more differently than what you were capable of doing before. So if we were to truly measure those things, we might as well have the possibility of getting somewhere with that. But I guess the problem is created because it also happens that, sadly, as a society, not as a society, the scientific community at some point decided that it was unnecessary to talk about all of the more quote-unquote superstitious things. Like, I mean, I can understand that they don't talk about magic and wizardry and different types of what is it? Buddhism, no, Voodooism and all of those dark magic stuff, and for example, satanic rituals and all of that crazy stuff that might as well really be hard to comprehend, or might as well be completely bollocks if it happens that it really has no sense whatsoever. But I mean, the problem was they discredit too much things, and the whole side of that investigational community is having a hard time truly progressing, as it is throwing too many potentially useful concepts, at the very least to know if they are real or not, potentially useful concepts to see other things that might as well not be so beneficial. I mean, for example, do we really... What will be one type of interesting concept? Okay, I remember aerodynamics of a fucking cow. Do I need that, my man? Do I really have a necessity or understanding how the aerodynamics of a fucking cow works? Who the fuck in the world is using those type of studies? For which type of reason, my man? What the fuck are those studies? I mean, it isn't a cow. It is a lot of things. It is almost every single animal or any single farm animal nowadays has been tested with shit like that. What is the point behind it? I mean, also, for example, another type of study that I remember exists is how many ounces of weed different type of animals need, and it was even made a fucking calculator. So what the fuck is shit like that, my man? Why are we researching stuff so literally unnecessary like that, instead of saying, for example, something that was shown to be useful is to properly understand what being religious does to the brain? Because you can, for example, see that those who have religious beliefs have an increased amount of not simply hope, but also a capacity of being resilient in the face of adversity in life, and being capable of surviving, and more than anything else, pulling themselves off of the darkest moments that they have, because those beliefs allow them also to find not simply encouragement, but more than anything else, what they see as a complete reality, and what they can completely harness as a motivator factor. So yeah, I don't know. In those senses, it is weird to see that we are studying. I don't know. I will not try to discredit the aerodynamics of a fucking cow as something unnecessary, but I mean, I like the proper explanation as to why it was studied. You know, I I I don't get it, and I get more the benefits of any other more real thing that happens, my man, instead of fucking aerodynamics of animals. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think at the very least nowadays this that researching community is supposedly changing, and is supposedly changing, not simply changing for the better. So yeah, maybe we are going to see more proper studies about wider concepts in the future, or more outer concepts, as I said, like for example, research all of those voodoo things, and for example, I will even argue Hinduistic rituals and all of the type of stuff. As in the end, I mean, we don't really harness that much occult stuff, you know, occult stuff, and we don't really comprehend if there is. Imagine that, for example, we were to comprehend as a humanity if there was some type of ritual that could really give palpable results. Imagine if you were to discover that, for example, you can get benefit by, I don't know, by deciding to sacrifice a time of your day. I mean, for example, one of the few types of ritual that I know is beneficial is not on the sense of darkest ritual, but simply the ritual itself, as in something that you do repeated times through time, and the ritual of praying, because in a sense that ritual is one of the many ways in which we nowadays talk about manifestation and projecting our desires into reality and all of that stuff. And if you don't utilize it, you will end up having a harder time than those who do, because it doesn't mean that you need to literally believe in a God. You can literally start praying, as in food ready. So yeah, let me finish my point. I was saying it happens that, for example, praying, although you don't need to have a particular belief, simply praying allows you to, or let's say, concentrating on what you want allows you to make it more of a reality. Because even if it isn't conscious, you're exploring the different things related to what you want to create in reality. And you're giving time to yourself to see in which ways it is that you can work on it and similar stuff. I mean, that is one of the few examples that correlates directly with revelations and that type of stuff, you know? So yeah, I don't know, kind of crazy, I will say. I mean, it is incredibly motivating to see that we have so many stuff like that still to discover. I mean, that is one of the few reasons as to why I don't understand people who says, I lost faith in humanity. My man, you don't understand shit about humanity. I'm sorry about being so harsh with my words when I can't, when I have no necessity whatsoever of being harsh. But yeah, you don't understand shit if you believe that we are doing worse than ever in some cases. In some other particular areas, we might as well be, but the wholeness of humanity is better than almost at any other time whatsoever. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, as I said, I have to leave. So yeah, we were, I didn't pay attention and food arrived. So yeah, we are going to eat on my house now. And well, I guess I will finish these windows, and after that, I will go and raid somebody. But as always, meanwhile, thanks for being here, thanks for paying attention. If it is something that you did, thanks for watching, thanks for lurking, thanks for watching the world, thanks for every precious gift that is to constantly work on this stuff and to think and to ponder and to spend time in the mental laboratory, let's say, going sometimes crazy, sometimes not so crazy. More often than not going crazy, yeah. But yeah, thanks for everything. Now, okay, we have done one side of this building. We still need to do the other one, but that is going to happen later on. Now let me properly swap once again. Transition. Okay, yeah. So I was saying thanks for everything. I guess we're going to leave, and I will try to be back in the afternoon to keep working on this, because I guess at this rhythm we might as well need to take, like, I don't know, 3 more out or 3 or I guess between, I said 5 to 6. I still believe we will still need another more 5 to 6 hours to keep working on this. I fucking hate complex compositions, but yeah, here we are. At the very least, we are progressing incredibly nice on this. I mean, almost a whole building today, in quote unquote. So yeah, as I said, also let me see. Can we try to ration by? Do we have the possibility of doing so? Yeah. Okay. Let me try to whoever we can. And well, meanwhile, I guess we were doing not so much of a real explanation on anything, and the different concepts that I talk about are completely untied to anything or to any real visual cue, because sadly I kind of have to go crazy on them, explaining them to the complete void, you know, sadly. So yeah, in that sense, we are not doing so well. But I don't know. I don't worry that much about it. No, don't crash, browser, please. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Okay, we're fine. Let me see. Is there somebody who we can raid? Let me explore the different possibilities, my man. Did this just start? What? Did this stuff just start? Wait, what? What's wait. What is this? What is this? Give me a second. I found something interesting, probably, to get ourselves entertained. Well, in my case, I want the possibility of watching it. Fucking shit, I out of it. But anyways, let me see. Yeah, my PC is dying, kind of. My PC is kind of dying, because Carita is a heavy program somehow. I don't know how, but it happens that it is heavy. Anyways, let me see. No fucking ad, no. Why do I get an ad? I want to watch if this is working, my man. Anyways, yeah, we're going to read here. I got a fucking ad. I love this content creation, entertainment. Anyways, yeah. As I said, we're going to now live with a raid. Now, let me this. We're going to raid for Milks, who is trying to make karaoke. It says so. Yeah. That is where we're going. As always, as I try to say, thanks for being here, thanks for watching, thanks for, if it happened, being entertained by this, thanks for still lurking, watching the world. Also, thanks to those who commented in this case, Water Dragon, Spike please, and Charlie Falls, thanks. And well, I guess whenever we get back to here, we're going to keep doing. But until then, remember to stay safe, remember to hydrate, to rest, to properly take care of yourself in every single way possible, to stay happy. And well, even if it doesn't happen, at the very least, we enjoy being here for now. Also, we were capable of doing something, and we were capable of progressing, whatever it was. So yeah, thanks for everything. Thanks for fucking bot not working. Thanks for everything. Now, Red, who for Milks doing a type of karaoke. Goodbye, everybody. Ciao. Red.